Yes, mind you, not just life or death, but fate itself. This character experiences a traumatic voyage that develops into a profoundly sorrowful narrative. Gods from Berserk. But how do we measure such profound concepts? To explore this, I will delve into the lives of two tragic characters whose stories illustrate this beautifully. Both individuals had tumultuous lives that ultimately ended in tragedy. Ace, the older brother of Luffy, the main protagonist in a somewhat popular series, and Itachi, additionally, the older brother in another relatively unknown series. And where do we even start with such a tremendous task? Let's take a moment to reflect on the early years of these characters. What were those formative experiences like for them? Understanding their beginnings can help us appreciate the journey they've been on. Ace from One Piece experienced a nurturing upbringing, surrounded by the love of his two brothers and a grandfather who truly cared for him. Grandpa tried to make Ace into a good, honest marine, but for reasons, he decided to leave and eventually joined the White Beard crew. Well, the White Mustache crew, an even bigger family that loved him dearly. Ace's early difficulties were primarily related to self-determination and the weight of his legendary lineage, aka being the son of the king of the pirates, Gold D. Roger himself. Itachi also had a good upbringing. A loving family, was a distinguished student and the pride of his clan due to his seemingly innate abilities. His formative years were defined more as training, doing missions, earning a place in the Leaf Village, and caring for his younger brother. Understandably, the darker side of his side of the story would unfold itself as he rose to a high rank. The pressures and expectations that come with such a responsibility can often lead individuals down unexpected paths. On the other hand, Kotsu was born after his mother was hanged, left to starve in a pool of his mother's blood, barely saved from starvation by the prostitute Shishu of a passing caravan of mercenaries. She took care of Guts for a few years, the best she could, but as happens in Berserk universe, she later on died of leprosy. Right in front of childhood trauma over here. But he was not alone. His adopted father, Gambino, a mercenary leader who seemed very attached to Shishu, took care of him, and Gambino took care of him for the next 6 years. Gambino and his mercenary gang trained Guts in swordsmanship and taught him about the world, how to earn money, and his place in it. At this point, two major things happened. Gambino got injured and lost a leg, making him resign as the leader of the mercenaries, and Guts got redacted for YouTube. This was with the permission of Gambino for 3 silver coins. For 2 years, Guts worked as a mercenary to earn money for Gambino, while Gambino's juice deteriorated. Getting increasingly frustrated, an essential thing to note is that Guts being picked up by Shishu was seen as a bad omen by the band of mercenaries. Now, what happens if you mix superstition, your wife dying, getting a crippling injury, and alcohol? Well, you get Gambino trying to kill Guts in a blind drunk haze. Guts ended up killing Gambino in self-defense, his father figure, something that will haunt him for years to come. This was seen as an act of betrayal by the band of mercenaries who picked him up and they tried to kill him as well. He survived barely, and would just live as a lone mercenary from then on for about 4 years. Guts' upbringing was filled with heartbreaking tragedy and deep childhood trauma, a struggle that truly sets his experience apart. We have explored the formative years, a crucial period in which individuals often lack control over their circumstances, such as their environment and the people they encounter. During this time, it can feel as though their lives are dictated by chance or bad luck, leading to experiences that may seem beyond their influence. However, as they enter adolescence and eventually adulthood, the narrative shifts. The decisions and choices made during these later stages of life begin to hold great weight, significantly impacting their paths and shaping their futures. This transition marks a phase where personal agency becomes more pronounced, allowing individuals to take charge of their destinies and actively influence the direction of their lives. Before the events of One Piece unfold, a troubling incident shook the ranks of Ace Squad of Blackbeard. Overwhelmed by dark impulses, took the drastic step of taking a fellow pirate's life, and then vanished without a trace. This betrayal was particularly shocking, as the Whitebeard pirates upheld a strong code of loyalty, making such acts of violence and treachery among their own unthinkable. Ace, resolute and filled with determination, chooses to embark on a solitary pursuit of Blackbeard. He pushes aside the warnings of his fellow crew members, yet Ace's sense of duty drives him to confront the infamous pirate alone, fully aware of the risk involved. This decision resulted in Ace being defeated and captured and turned over to the world government, in exchange for furthering Blackbeard's goals. The fatal mistake that Ace made occurred when he was on the verge of rescue. With Fredo only a few steps away, he was taunted by Admiral Akainu, also known as Red Dog. In a moment of foolishness, Ace fell for Akainu's provocations, which ultimately led to his untimely death. Itachi's extraordinary abilities truly set him apart from his peers, earning him a respected position within both the Leaf Village and his clan, tasked with the dual responsibility of serving as an intelligence operative for both the Leaf Village and his own family. This delicate situation required Itachi to meticulously navigate a world full of suspicion. In reflections that would come later, Itachi articulated his profound sense of disorientation regarding his allegiances. He ultimately was unsure if he was a double agent or even a triple agent. As the tension reaches its climax, Itachi faces a difficult choice between his family and the Leaf Village, but in the end, the critical decision is his. He found himself in a difficult position, torn between his values and the urgent need for peace. He chose to align himself with the Leaf. Despite being branded a wanted criminal, Itachi remained unwavering in his loyalty to the Leaf Village. Operating under the guise of a rogue, he infiltrated a notorious organization that threatened the very fabric of peace. All the while, he skillfully maneuvered through the shadows, working diligently to safeguard his home from impending danger. In a moment of profound resolve, Itachi decided to bestow a formidable ability upon his younger brother, ensuring that he would have the strength to confront the challenges ahead. Alongside this gift, Itachi meticulously devised a cunning trap aimed at neutralizing what he regarded as the greatest threat to the Leaf Village. Itachi fell short in addressing the most formidable threat. His inability to confront this looming danger set in motion a series of events that led to widespread destruction and a devastating war. After enduring the harrowing assault by the Gambino mercenaries, Guts found himself on a solitary path for the next 4 years. As a lone mercenary, he roamed desolate lands, haunted by the memories and distrustful of anyone who would come too close. A formidable warrior for his unparalleled strength and determination, he caught the attention of the mercenary group known as the Band of the Hawk. Captivated by his potential, they reached out to him unconventionally, enticing him to become part of their ranks. For the next 3 years, Guts fought bravely alongside his new companions, earning acclaim and recognition for his skill on the battlefield. He made the difficult decision to part ways with the Band of the Hawk, seeking a new journey that would allow him to carve out a path uniquely his own. This turn of events unexpectedly shook Griffith, leading to a critical error that resulted in his imprisonment and torture. After several long years, Guts reunited with the Band of the Hawk. In a dramatic twist of fate, they successfully rescued Griffith. Yet, this hard-won reunion came at a devastating cost. In a hair-wrenching turn of events, Griffith sacrificed all who had fought valiantly for him, casting them into the depths of despair and condemning their souls to hell. In his sorrow, Guts decided to embark on a quest for revenge. When making choices, Guts often faced the burden of seemingly simple decisions that ultimately led to significant and far-reaching consequences. In contrast, Itachi and Ace deeply understood the potential dangers, such as confronting Blackbeard and the risk of becoming wanted criminals. Now, what comes next for us in the story? With 2 of the 3 characters already meeting their untimely demise, it feels like we're at a crossroads. Yet, in the realm of fiction, death is not necessarily the end of the journey. All characters affect the lives of those around them, as well as their destination in the afterlife plays a crucial role in shaping their destinies. Ace's life was marked by the profound struggle to find his place in the world and to understand whether he could truly be loved by others. His journey took him through numerous hardships, but by the time he met his tragic end, he had discovered a sense of belonging among his friends and crew. Therefore, it seemed fitting to believe that he has found peace in whatever afterlife the One Piece universe offers. Itachi, on the other hand, was deeply committed to his role as a protector of the Leaf Village and his beloved younger brother. His life was filled with sacrifice and difficult choices, yet he achieved his objectives with a sense of fulfillment, leaving this world with a serene smile twice. In the Naruto universe, where many moronic characters find peace, it is certain to think that Itachi too resides in a harmonious place. In the realm of fiction, afterlife are usually depicted with clear-cut distinctions. Villains who meet their demise are invariably sent to a place of torment, while virtuous characters are rewarded with a heaven of peace and happiness. Characters of ambiguous morality often find themselves trapped in a liminal space, neither truly punished nor rewarded. However, within the lore of Berserk, there exists a dark and arcane ritual that allows individuals to bypass the conventional rules governing the afterlife. This ritual of sacrifice permits one person to offer up a loved one, receiving in return not only untold power but also the gift of eternal youth. Those selected bear the infamous mark of sacrifice, a symbol that forever pulls them into the tumultuous whirlpools of anguished soul languishing in the abyss. A pivotal moment in this dark narrative is Griffith's betrayal. During this heart-wrenching event, the members of the Band of the Heart were branded with the mark of sacrifice. While most of them were inexorably drowned into the abyss, Guts and Casca miraculously survived. However, the mark they bear served as unmistakable beacons signaling to the malevolent entities of the dark realms that they are prime targets, destined to be hunted down, marked for a descent into the deepest, most sinister corners of whatever astral realm lies within the dark tapestry of Berserk. Guts finds himself relentlessly pursued by love-crushing monstrosities that seek to claim him and drag him away into the infinite dark. Considering the formative experiences of each character, the choices they made, and their ultimate fates, we can draw some significant conclusions. Itachi and Ace each enjoyed relatively positive upbringings that played a crucial role in shaping their identities. Both characters made a conscious effort to take control of their lives, despite the challenges they faced. Ultimately, they met their ends with smiles on their faces, suggesting a sense of acceptance and peace. This indicates that their journeys allowed them to come to terms with their fates, and they likely found solace in the belief that they will reunite with their loved ones in the afterlife. In stark contrast, Guts' life story is marked by tragedy from the moment he was born. Unimaginably array of hardships, including betrayal, loss, and relentless struggles against dark forces. Guts won't even find release in death. Thanks to the brand of sacrifice, he will be dragged into the darkest parts of the abyss, regardless of his actions. Because of both his life and afterlife, Guts' fate is the worst in fiction.